Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta Eye Yoga Studio and Wellness. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Hope your day is going quite nicely. Here in Ramsgate in Kent, it's beautiful and sunny day. Really enjoying this lovely autumn day. And I'm popping in to say, to talk a little bit about to tell you a story really about something that happened to me the other day. So I had, hello Dawn, hi, thanks for joining me live, hope you're well. So I had this student coming into my class who's just in passing. She's not living in here near me, she's just passing, visiting somebody, and so she popped into the class. And it's somebody that been practicing yoga, and she found the description on my website for the Monday evening class that I used to call Yang and Yin yoga or Yin and Yang yoga. And so I described it as dynamic vinyasa and yin practice. And she must have seen that just before I changed it on the website, because I recently changed the description of that Monday evening class as slow mindful flow and yin yoga, because that describes really what I teach more rather than dynamic vinyasa. I don't teach dynamic vinyasa. I used to practice Ashtanga yoga for quite a few years, but that was years ago. And since then my own practice and the way that I teach has progressed and developed in a different way. And so at the end of the class we were chatting. She said she really enjoyed the class, which was wonderful. And then we were chatting at the end of the class and kind of talking about the style of the class. And she was very interested. Why do I teach the way that I teach? And we kind of talked about this for a while, and really from my perspective, the way that I teach is because that's how I practice as well. And this is how I've seen clients and students to be able to gain the most benefit from the practice. And so my practice is always with the focus on embodiment. Embodiment meaning being within the body, being fully present with the experience and the sensations within the body as it unfolds, and really paying attention to the feedback from the body through those sensations. My practice is with focus on breath, because that's what makes yoga yoga. It's a breath-centric practice. You take the yoga out, it becomes just a stretching exercise, like the most exercises that are done in the gyms. You stretch, you do something else, you stretch a bit, and that's it. And my focus is on the presence and awareness, that mindful awareness in the present moment. And that's why you can gain so much from this kind of practice, because you are here. You are within your body, you're paying attention, you're not doing just some stretching or some jumping through or fast movement unconsciously. When you do quite fast movement, yes, you gain a lot of benefit on a physical level, and endorphins going through your body. It's really wonderful, but you do not get that sense of embodiment and presence within the body, meaning living within your body. And for me, as my practice has developed over those, I took my first yoga class 25 years ago. It's been up and down, and I practice lots of different things. And as I'm getting older, and as my practice has matured over the years, and with the last 8 years of teaching this practice, the last 3 years, almost 3 years teaching full time, I really have notice that that's the practice that really allows us to make those significant shifts, not only on our mat, but also in our daily lives. And that's how it becomes an embodied practice, a practice that is completely life-changing, something that is really powerful and really individual, very much our own. And so each one of us have got different body. Our body is our biography. Everything is recorded within the body. All the traumas, all the injuries, all the accidents, all the illnesses, chronic stuff that is happening, chronic patterns of holding, which come quite a lot from the way that we think about stuff, habitual behaviors. All of that stuff is recorded within the body and within the whole being. And so each person is different in how they need to approach or the kind of practice that they need to do on a physical level. But one thing that stays constant is always the same: the focus on presence, on breath and embodiment. And so and obviously there is a kindness, the loving kindness for self that cannot be taken out of it. And all of the stuff that I do, it's always about becoming your own best friend and being kind to yourself. Because so often we treat the body as a project to improve and fix and make work better and look better. And I know from personal experience that it's absolutely exhausting. And at some point, we all come to the realization that that's not a sustainable way of approaching ourselves in our physical being, in our whole being. And so this is where my teaching comes from. It's the teaching that comes from my personal experience, and it comes from teaching others over the last few years of this practice. And this is why I love yoga. And even when I do, within my 3-month Thrive with Ease 3-month body wisdom coaching program, yoga and movement is a vital part of it as well. It's not separate. You cannot just do the mindset work and forget about the body. Or you cannot, it's very holistic approach, and it's very integrative approach. It's very about integrating different parts. So body, emotions, mind and soul, understanding that there is no split, there is no separation. It's all in the mind. It's all interlinked, and how can we bring more harmony to the whole of the being through different avenues. So I just thought I'd pop in and just tell you a little bit about this practice. And what I find is that, standing in a pose, in downward facing dog, for example, you can stay for 5 breaths and then move on, as you do in vinyasa. But could you stay in downward facing dog for 15 or 20 breaths and really engage through the energetic level, through your breath, and through grounding through your hands and your arms and your legs, without actually feeling completely exhausted within it. So for me, when I'm doing my own personal practice, I like staying in the poses for a longer time and really focus on that breath, really tweaking and shifting from side to side and really noticing how it feels within my body when I do that. Because we are creatures of habit, and we always hold ourselves in exactly the same way, which means that you become blind to the misalignments and the kind of habitual ways of holding of yourself that are perpetuating that chronic tension and chronic holding and maybe aches and pains within the body. So I'd like to ask you, and please comment below the video in the comments, and let me know what's your approach to your yoga practice and how has it developed? Has it developed through your own experience or following a teacher that you really like? Have you ever questioned how you're practicing, or do you just sign up, this is vinyasa or this is the Ashtanga and I like the teacher so I will be doing it? Or has it changed? Has it changed over the years? Has it, what is your focus on? Is it the focus on embodiment, or is it the focus on more the kind of physical strength, or maybe breath, or maybe raising the Kundalini up your spine. So I'd love to hear, because this yoga journey is such an individual journey. And when you find something that really works for you, that allows you to be more fully who you are on your mat and off your mat, that's a really great thing. So I wish you a really, really good day. Take care. Namaste.